Climate change is affecting farming, and agriculture is also an important driver of climate change. Community livelihoods are intimately linked to landscapes. They depend on them, and landscapes depend on the way land and water are used. At this moment, mankind has a last opportunity to avoid more than 1.5 degrees Celsius rise in global temperature, which may have catastrophic consequences on communities of farmers. The vast majority of the world's poor live in rural areas and rely on agriculture for their survival. Their crops and farms are impacted heavily by climate change, resulting in lower yields and failed crops. Poverty drives a vicious cycle of lack of investment, soil degradation, and ongoing deforestation in search of fertile lands. Solidaridad works with partners all over the world towards a vision of a sustainable and inclusive economy that maximizes the benefit for all. Our climate innovations strengthen the resilience of farmers and communities to climate change. In this way, our work contributes to climate change adaptation and reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. In West Africa, Solidaridad's cocoa and oil palm programs help farmers to adapt and mitigate climate change. These interventions improve livelihoods, reduce emissions, and help save forests. Solidaridad's cocoa program is creating attractive, exciting, and local employment opportunities in the cocoa sector. It demonstrates how cocoa farming and its associated enterprises can allow the youth to have fulfilling lives and by so doing curb the migration of youth into cities.
After completing our SS, there's nothing in town to do. We were planning to go Accra to look for a job. After that, we get a call from Maso people that they will come and register new young people in Maso program to cultivate cocoa farm.
Integration of shade trees and introduction of new planting methods make cocoa farming climate smart. The oil palm program seeks to transform the sector and make West Africa self-sufficient in vegetable oil. By training farmers how to get better yields and higher incomes out of the current plantations, they have to come to realize that there is no need to expand their farms into new forest areas. Improved sterilizers and screw presses improve the business case of SMEs and double the output of palm oil to feed West African population and reduce trade deficits. Solidaridad promotes responsible small-scale mining in West Africa by providing capacity development in climate-smart techniques that help licensed small-scale mines to operate responsibly and also support the development of mining communities. Solidaridad assists miners and their communities to better care for the environment and preserve its resources. Solidaridad focuses specifically on facilitating adherence to safety and good environmental practices in small-scale mines through the provision of relevant resources and training. Solidaridad's food and nutrition security program supports farmers to mitigate the adverse impact of selected crops on the environment, working with civil society players and local partners by emphasizing good practices in farming. Solidaridad promotes conservation as a tool for sustainable yield increases and higher returns to labor by focusing on supporting farmers to meet the food and nutritional needs of their families as well as improving their economic well-being. Solidaridad enables communities in Ghana to undertake climate change and innovative activities to contribute to landscape transformation through a dedicated grant mechanism. Grants are awarded based on the needs and innovations presented to Solidaridad by farming communities living near forests. Using radio, we also reach out to farmers in remote areas with no mobile phone or internet access. Communities and farmers are now eager to plant trees on farms and to support reforestation initiatives. This will contribute to landscape transformation and improvement of farmer livelihoods. Solidaridad is putting farmers first, also in its climate innovations, which means that clear and demonstrable benefits are always part of our solutions.
We consider here the program that we have in Ghana a success, both the activities that we are supporting jointly with the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources and DGM. It is a success, and we want to show this success.
Without involving farmers, we are unlikely to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement. Join us for change that matters.